my pack members, HACKERSAURUS here, and today, it's not what I originally planned it to be, but it's actually my first video on the channel, my actual first video. And, it's gonna be a really improvised one, and, I'll let you know why in a little bit. And if you're here, it's because you already know what the subject of the video today is, and it's a review on the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet at the moment of this recording because I want to reveal what my hopes are for this movie before we go into the actual review of it. But first, I need to do a little channel update, everyone. As I said earlier, originally my first video was going to be something else. It was going to be a review for the original Tron movie, but some things got in the way. For example, I commissioned an artist for a character model, and they have not gone back to me yet. And also, like the lazy person I am, I haven't finished the script. Also, I am going to be on vacation in April, and I really wanted to pump out a project before going onto said vacation, so I decided to go with the trend and make it about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And here we are, everybody. And now let's go into my hopes, shall we? Okay, so at the moment that I am recording this, it is March 31st, and the movie releases tomorrow. And here are my hopes. I really hope that it don't do a Batman vs Superman, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, is that in Batman vs Superman, they inserted a bunch of stuff trying to rush their cinematic universe, and from what I've seen, not only from the online material, but also from a character poster that they released, they really want to pump out a Nintendo cinematic universe with potentially a Super Smash Bros. Movie down the line. And I really don't want the next movie to be like straight up a Super Smash Bros. Movie, especially as they are currently filming a live-action Zelda movie, but also the fact that they revealed that Fox McCloud appears in the movie, and yeah, I really want this movie to still be Mario Galaxy focused and not just a pre-Smash Bros. Movie like they did for Batman vs Superman. Not only that, I don't know how they are gonna make a universe if the rest of their characters are animated and Zelda is live action and is a different studio, because Zelda is gonna be Sony, and currently the Mario movie franchise is Universal. Now, my second hope is that they implement elements from the Mario Galaxy game story into the story of the movie, because from what we've seen from the trailers, they implement elements from a ton of different games, like Super Mario Bros. 2 US version and Mario Odyssey, and I really want them to especially put Rosalina's backstory into the movie, because it's really important to the games. Another one of my hopes is that the pacing is gonna be more stable than the previous movie. I don't know if you remember, but in the first movie, it was really quick-paced. And from what I've seen in the trailers, there's gonna put a bunch of stuff into this movie, so I really want this movie to take its time into its pacing and storytelling, instead of just going from like one moment to the next in like just a few minutes, if you know what I mean. Another hope is that they're not gonna have as many pop songs, or at all, like in the first movie, because although it fits some scenes, in certain scenes it was pretty unnecessary. Like the scene where they used Take On Me, they could have just used the soundtrack that Brian Tyler composed. Especially, I want them to not have any pop songs, because the Galaxy Games soundtrack is really iconic and beautiful, and it would be a shame if they didn't use it as much as they should. Okay, so now I will talk about what I want in the post-credit scenes of the movie, what I want to hopefully see happen. Not all of them, but at least one of them. I really want them to reveal either Wario or both Wario and Waluigi, because I feel like they're an important part of the Mario franchise, and it would be a shame if they didn't implement any of them in any movie that they are gonna make in the future. Another thing I hoped they will tease in the post-credit scene at the end of the movie is a Luigi's Mansion movie, because Charlie Day as Luigi is just awesome, and I think he should have his own movie, especially as they didn't use him much in the first one, and I thought it was a shame, because he really did an awesome portrayal of the character. Another thing I want to see is potentially at least reveal that they plan to make a Smash movie, but not lean into it as like, oh, we're gonna do that straight up next. No, I just want them to tease that it's potentially on the table. So yeah, that's my host for this movie, and I'll return when I've watched it.
3,000 years later.
Okay, so if you don't want to get spoiled, turn back now and come back later to this review, because we're about to get into the meat and bones of this movie. I just came back home from the theater, and I thought this movie was fine. It has its moments, but they really should have improved in some areas. First, I will answer if they did the things I wanted them to do or not. So, about the pacing. They did fix it in some areas, like the beginning. I thought it was done really well, but around the middle parts, there's some moments that went well, others it went a little bit quick, and the ending was really fast in some areas. There's some areas I thought it was fine in the ending, but a lot of them went fast. For example, at some point they summoned the Mario Odyssey dragon, and it just vanishes in a few seconds, basically, because Mario defeats it. Another thing I was hoping they would improve was the use of the pop songs, and they actually did it! They only used one. Now, I do not know the name of it, but I know where it was used, and it was when we see Yoshi in Brooklyn, and it was really funny. Something else I mentioned was that I was worried they were gonna do a Batman vs Superman thing, and they didn't actually do it. Even though they do include Fox McCloud, it doesn't turn into a bridge between a Mario movie and a Super Smash Bros. Movie. So it doesn't turn into a Smash fan service fan fest. So, be rest assured, I think they're trying to figure out their universe before going into Smash. Another thing that I was hoping for is that they would be including story elements from the Mario Galaxy game into the movie, but they didn't do it. It's only a Mario Galaxy movie in name only. For example, Rosalina's backstory, it's there, but not really. It is very different. In the game, she's a little girl trying to get Illuma back home, but ends up being lost in space. In this one, she's actually Peach's sister, and they end up being separated because, bad guys were looking for them. Okay, so now the post-credits scenes. Didn't do what I wanted them to do, but I think they might have actually done better. But first, let's talk about the mid-credits scene. It's really funny. It's just Bowser Jr. and his dad in his dry Bowser form trying to escape, but the warden is actually Lumily, and knowing Lumily, she's gonna do terrible things to them. It's a bit dark, but it's funny in the family-friendly style. Now, the post-credits scene is what I was really excited about, because last time they revealed Yoshi's, I was hyped that they would reveal another classic Nintendo character, and I wasn't disappointed. Now, they didn't reveal Wario, but they did reveal Princess Daisy, baby! My favorite princess! And what I hope is that they're gonna adapt elements of Super Mario Land into the next movie, because, well, also Wario's in it. Now, Nintendo, hear me out. Please, 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 please hire Danny DeVito to play Wario, because it would be a real missed opportunity if you guys don't do it. It's a casting that would break the internet. So now, final thoughts on the movie. It's quite a fun ride. It's not perfect, but if you're a fan of Nintendo, you might enjoy it. I'm still laughing at the part of Yoshi being in Brooklyn. So I think I'm gonna give this movie a C+. Well done. So that's gonna be it for today's review. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and click on the bell. This was HACKERSAURUS. Bye bye.